Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Stardew Valley. It is a wet, cold, dreary day here on the west coast of Canada. Rain is pouring down, and so we're going to go to a place that is perfect for escaping from a wet and dreary January. We're going to be starting out with a new save. And I'm just going to pause the recording while I get my character set up, and I'll bring you back in just a moment. All right, I think we're ready to begin. We are Tail Spinner on Storybook's farm. Our animal preference is the cat. And we are going with the standard farm for a number of reasons. I've actually tried out every farm, and just for this Let's Play, we're going to go with the one that doesn't have any special boons. No fish on the farm, no extra forage materials, no mineral deposits, and no monsters. So let's get started. Grandpa got a great gift for us coming up here. And for my very special granddaughter, I want you to have this sealed envelope. Oh, thank you, Grandpa. No, don't open it yet. Have patience. Now listen close. I'm listening, Grandpa. There will come a day when you feel crushed by the burden of modern life, and your bright spirit will fade before a growing emptiness. When that happens, my dear, you will be ready for this gift. Now let Grandpa rest. Is that 20 years later? My goodness. And oh, I think our spirit is definitely being crushed. Look at us in a cubicle at Joja. Smile, you're with Joja. And someone's smiling. I wonder how much Joja Cola it took to make him smile like that. And there we are, sitting there, looking very weary of our job. Life is not better for us with Joja. But what's this? Is today the day that we'll break the seal and read Grandpa's last letter? I think today's the day. Dear Tail Spinner, if you're reading this, you must be in dire need of a change. The same thing happened to me long ago. I'd lost sight of what mattered most in life. Real connections with other people and nature. So I dropped everything and moved to the place I truly belong. Where's that, Grandpa? I've enclosed the deed to that place, my pride and joy. Storybook Farm. It's located in Stardew Valley on the southern coast. It's the perfect place to start your new life. This was my most precious gift of all, and now it's yours. I know you will honor the family name, my dear. Good luck. Love, Grandpa. P.S. If Lewis is still alive, say hi to the old guy for me, will ya? Lewis, Sure, Grandpa, I'll do that. Well, who hasn't dreamed of starting a new life out in the country among the things that really matter? Sitting in a wet, dreary city or in a cubicle? I'm ready to hop on that bus and go to Stardew Valley and see where it takes us. Stardew Valley, 0.5 miles. And the birds are chirping, the sun is shining, future looks bright. And that would be the sound of the bus braking. Here I am. Hello, you must be Tailspinner. I'm Robin, the local carpenter. Mayor Lewis sent me here to fetch you and show you the way to your new home. He's there right now, tidying things up for your arrival. Hi, Robin. The farm's right over here if you'll follow me. Oh, Stardew Valley. It's been so long since I've played, and it's just bringing back so many good memories. All right, Robin, let's go. Whew. A lot of weeds, a lot of rocks. This is Storybook Farm. Oh! What's the matter? Sure, it's a bit overgrown, but there's some good soil underneath that mess. With a little dedication, you'll have it cleaned up in no time. I'll get hard to work, I guess. Here we go. And here we are, your new home. Ah, the new farmer. Welcome, I'm Lewis, Mayor of Pelican Town. You know, everyone's been asking about you. It's not every day that someone new moves in. It's quite a big deal. So, you're moving into your grandfather's old cottage. It's a good house. Very rustic. Rustic? That's one way to put it. Crusty might be a little more apt, though. Rude! Don't listen to her, Tailspinner. She's just trying to make you dissatisfied so that you buy one of her house upgrades. Ooh, house upgrades. Oh, yes. I'm not dissatisfied, but I will definitely be in the market for one of those as soon as possible, Robin. What a face. Anyway, you must be tired from the long journey. You must get some rest. Tomorrow, you ought to explore the town a bit and introduce yourself. The townspeople would appreciate that. Bye, Lewis. Oh, not leaving yet? Oh, I almost forgot. If you have anything to sell, just place it in this box here. I'll come by during the night to collect it. Well, good luck. Off they go. And we're about to wake up on our first morning with the cock crowing, even though we don't have any chickens, and even once we get our chickens, we will not be able to have any roosters. So the very first thing we're going to do, and we're going to do this every day, is check the television. Because unlike in real life where the television has almost nothing worth watching, here in Stardew Valley, we can find out whether it will be rainy or sunny the next day. That won't be so important once we're further along in the game, but right now, knowing when it's going to rain is extremely important for our plans. It's going to be a beautiful sunny day tomorrow. Excellent. And the fortune teller. Welcome to Welwick's Oracle, the only show where the voice of the spirits is channeled directly to you. The spirits are in good humor today. I think you'll have a little extra luck. All right, a little extra luck for our first day in Stardew Valley. And then finally, we're going to check living off the land. Now, for those who are new to the game, checking the television regularly will give you tips and hints about game mechanics. And even though experienced players may not want to bother with those anymore, Farmer Greenbean is a handy friend to have if you're new to the game. Welcome to Living Off the Land. We're back again with another tip for y'all. Now listen up. This one's for all you greenhorns out there. Chop wood and search for wild forage to earn some cash while waiting on your first harvest. So, gathering forage from around the map does not take any energy. Chopping wood does take energy, and you will need wood for crafting so many things early in the game. And early game is really about time management and energy management, but forage can be a great way to earn a bit of money. I don't think I've ever sold wood. I need it too badly for crafting. All right, and then we're going to check out this box here on the floor. We have 15 parsnip seeds and a new journal entry. You received 15 parsnip seeds. Here's a little something to get you started, Mayor Lewis. Oh, that was so kind of you, Mayor Lewis. And the game is drawing our attention to our journal, which we can get to with a F key. And we have 2 quests in our journal. Introductions. It would be a nice gesture to introduce yourself around town. Some people might be anxious to meet the new farmer. And we've met 2 out of 28 people. Those 2 people we've already met are Robin and Lewis, of course. And then we're also going to read Getting Started. If you want to become a farmer, you have to start with the basics. Use your hoe to till the soil, then use a seed packet on the tilled soil to sow a crop. Water every day until the crop is ready for harvest. And so we need to cultivate and harvest a parsnip. The seeds have been kindly provided for us. Let's go check out our farm. All right, so in general, when we're not actively using a tool, we're going to have our scythe recorded, and in our quickbar, our scythe will be selected rather than one of our other tools. And the reason for that is that swinging your scythe does not take any energy. The same is also true of swords and other weapons, but we don't have any of those yet. And you can see our energy bar over here, 270 out of 270. We have not lost any energy, even though we've cut down quite a few weeds. And the very first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to clear out a path for getting to the back entrance of my farm. And then I'll also plan on clearing some paths to get around other areas of my farm after I've finished planting that first set of parsnips. So we'll just keep knocking down those weeds now. There we go, our first mixed seeds. One of the bonus benefits of cutting the weeds that are growing around the farm, it's something you can do whether or not you have any energy left, but every now and then when you cut down a weed, you get some mixed seeds along with the fiber that every weed gives you. And those mixed seeds can be planted. You don't know what kind of crop they will give you, but early game, when you don't have a lot of funds for buying seeds of your choice, being able to plant seeds that you got for free can make a big difference to your early game income. So we're just going to clear out all of these weeds over here, and then we're going to clear out a few of the rocks and wood up to the north side of the pond here. Oh, we got a coal, excellent. Sometimes rocks that you break will give you coal, and sometimes they will give you geodes as well. All right, and then I'm going to grab my axe, and we're just going to chop enough wood to make ourselves a chest. We're actually going to do that before we do anything else, including planting our parsnips, because being able to build a chest is going to be essential for inventory management in the very early game. So here we go, chopping down a tree. We're going to keep an eye on our energy bar because hoeing the ground and watering are also going to take energy. So we're going to stop as soon as we have sufficient wood for making our first chest. We need another 20 because a chest takes 50. Oops, and I just used my axe to break a weed. You know what, I'm going to chop down a second tree, but probably not the stump if the tree itself gives me enough for the chest, because I do want to leave adequate energy for 49. Okay, we'll just grab this one right here. And then the very first thing we're going to do, we're going to go up to our crafting menu, make a chest, and place that chest right in front of our house where it's easy to get to. Now pop out that hoe. We have 15 parsnip seeds, and we also found 2 mixed seeds. That's 9. Oh dear. Not where I intended to do that. I'm just going to quickly go to controls and always show hit tool location. This can be super helpful in not swinging your tools in a place where you didn't intend to. All right, so we've got 18 slots now for crops. I'm going to go ahead and plant my 15 parsnips, and I'm going to plant my mixed seeds up above them, and then we're going to water. You can stand right in the middle here and water all around you, and later when we upgrade our watering can, we'll be able to water a row of 3 all in one movement. And so the 3x3 plots are handy. And I'm just going to refill the watering can now. And then we're going to pop our watering can away. And the fiber, the stone, the sap, and the coal as well. But I am going to keep I'm just going to keep the scythe and the hoe in my quick bar for the moment. And the reason for that is because as we go around town, we might possibly find something that we want to pick up with our hoe from the ground. And I'm going to use the scythe, keep the scythe selected as I go around, and just actually, you know what? I've changed my mind. I'm going to take the pickaxe and the axe with me and clear a path down to the bottom of my farm first. Just make sure that we have a way to get up and down, because I'm not sure exactly where I may want to go today on this first day, and I want to make sure that I don't get caught with no way to make my way back up to the house if I choose to come back via the bottom route. So I'm just gonna, I have enough energy left to do this little bit of clearing, and I want to make sure that the oh, there's a frog, cute little froggy. All right, so up here, over, up through the grass, and that gives us a clear path up to the top of our farm. All right. And then we'll just put away the wood, the stone, the fiber, the pickaxe, and the axe for the moment, and go check out the town. There should be a good number of people out and about in the middle of the day. We're just going to pop up here and grab this dandelion and this leek. Those are wild forage, and it's really a great idea to keep your eye out for forage all over the map during your early days especially. All right. And here's some townspeople we can meet. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Harvey, the local doctor. Hi, Harvey. I perform regular checkups and medical procedures for all the residents of Pelican Town. It's rewarding work. I hope you'll find your own work equally rewarding in time. It's a good idea when you are talking to townspeople to keep checking and see whether they have something else to say, and that way you won't miss interesting bits of dialogue, which can be quite amusing and can also give you information about what the townspeople like. All right, so we've met Harvey, and actually I am going to go ahead and give him a gift, and I happen to know that Harvey is one of the few townspeople who actually enjoys foraged items. Another one is Leah. They will appreciate being given things like dandelions and wild onions, and I want to start building up relationship bonuses with this particular townsperson as quickly as possible. A large aspect of the gameplay in Stardew Valley is the relationships that you make over time with the townspeople, and eventually you have the option of having a romantic relationship with one of them. And I'm playing as a female character because I'm female, but the male marriage candidates, a lot of them I really feel are they're just kids. You know, they're much too young for me to really think of as marriage candidates. They still live at home with their parents. They don't seem to have a career or a proper job. And in my mind, my Stardew Valley character is a little older. She's been out in the working world, trapped in a cubicle, feeling like life is getting her down for a good length of time. I feel like she probably has been through university and quite a few years in the working world before coming to Stardew Valley, and she's at the very least in her 30s, and so someone who is still living at home just isn't someone she's going to consider. And of the marriage candidates, Harvey is one of the few who seems to be a grown-up. So we're going to be trying to make friends with Harvey early. One of the little things I like to do in my playthroughs is to try to be able to dance with a partner at the very first flower dance in the very first year. Those of you who are new to the game may not know what that means, but we're going to be doing our best to dance with Harvey at the flower dance. Oh, a stranger! My name's Vincent. Hi, Vincent. Mama says not to talk to strangers, but you seem okay. Well, you should listen to your mama, Vincent, but Stardew Valley is a pretty safe place, and in fact, let's go introduce ourselves to Vincent's mom so that she won't consider us a stranger anymore. Oh, you aren't exactly how I imagined, but that's okay. I'm Jody. Hi, Jody. It's a quiet little town, so it's very exciting when someone new moves in. Having a farmer around could really change things. It's a lot of weight of expectation to put on me there, Jody. Hello, you must be Tailspinner, the new farmer. I'm Caroline. My husband runs the general store here, and have you met my daughter Abigail? Not yet. She's the pale one with the purple hair. Oh, so she's got purple hair, you've got green hair. Got it. So we've met Caroline, we've met Jody, and here is, I think everybody loves Evelyn. Why, hello, and welcome to our little community, dear. You can call me Granny if you like. Oh, thank you, Evelyn. That's very sweet of you. And you don't have anything else to say, and I don't have any flowers to give you yet, but I will pop back around and offer you a flower if I get the chance. So the calendar tells us what birthdays are coming up. At the beginning of the game, the only birthday you have to worry about to start with is Lewis's birthday on the Sunday of the first week, and then Vincent and Haley come up next. And then there's the Help Wanted. Nothing is posted today, with an ad for high-quality seeds only at Pierre's. Let's go meet Pierre and see if there's anyone else. Oh, here's Leah in the store. Hello, it's nice to meet you. You picked a good time to move here. The spring is lovely. Oh, thanks, Leah. And then we're just going to pop around here and say hello to Pierre. Hey, it's Miss Tailspinner, the new farmer. I'm Pierre, owner of the local general store. If you're looking for seeds, my shop's the place to go. I'll also buy produce from you for a good price. So, important game mechanic. If you put items to ship in the shipping box that Mayor Lewis pointed out to us, then you'll get the money for those after you go to bed for the night. If you need money right away, you can sell directly to Pierre. He will buy farm produce and he will buy wild forage. You can also sell fish directly to the fish shop. We haven't met Willie the fisherman yet. And you can sell building supplies directly to Robin the carpenter, and ores and minerals directly to the blacksmith. Little agriculture could really inject new life into the local economy. Oh yeah, before long we're going to be having a Saturday farmers market at the town square, and maybe some agritourism. It'll be fantastic. All right, that's all Pierre has to say. Let's see what he has for sale. So the spring seeds for year one. Parsnips are very inexpensive. Bean starters, we are going to get some beans going today with our last little bit of energy, because beans are the only spring crop that give a continuous harvest. You plant the seed once and then it continues producing after it reaches maturity. So we want to make sure that we get our beans in the ground right away. And I just did a really foolish thing, and I clicked on the beans after I'd put them in my inventory. I have not done that in ages. Because I'm still in Pierre's store screen, I just sold them back to him for a much lower price. I paid 180 Stardew Valley bucks for them, and I sold them back for half price. So I just lost myself 90 by being silly. I hate it when I do that. I'm also going to grab some tulips because they make a lovely gift. And that's going to be it for the moment. You can also buy cooking ingredients from Pierre. I don't have a kitchen yet, so there's no point. And you can buy wallpaper and flooring to decorate your house. I don't care for either of those, even if I can afford that. We are going to be trying to get tree saplings as early as we can. The spring saplings will not bear until next spring because they take an entire season to come to maturity. Unlike real life, where if you plant a fruit tree, you've got to wait a minimum of 3 to 5 years before you'll get any fruit from it at all. But depending on how we're doing financially, we may try to get a summer sapling in before the end of spring. More likely, we'll be trying to plant apple and pomegranate saplings before the end of spring so that they can come to maturity in time for the beginning of fall, and we can get a full fall harvest from the pomegranate and from the apple. Notice that the information lets us know that we do need to keep the 8 surrounding tiles around the sapling clear in order for it to grow properly. All right, let's just switch back to our scythe and our quick bar and see who else is around to meet. Oh, aren't you the one who just moved in? I'm Maru. I've been looking forward to meeting you. I like Maru. I think she's one of the more interesting characters. You know, with a small town like this, a new face can really alter the community dynamic. It's exciting. All right, we'll just explore a little around here. Ah, the new farmer we've all been expecting, and whose arrival has sparked many a conversation. I'm Elliot. I live in the little cabin by the beach. It's a pleasure to meet you. It's a pleasure to meet you too, Fabio. I mean, Elliot. Nothing else to say? All right, I guess the beach will be our next stop, and this is why we brought our hoe with us. You see these little wigglers in the ground there? Da-da-da-da! You found a lost book. The library's collection has expanded. We haven't been to the library yet. When you see those little wiggly worms in the sand or on the ground, you can use your hoe to dig them up. And sometimes you'll get a lost library book. Sometimes you'll get an artifact. Sometimes you'll just get clay, but clay is extremely useful for crafting. You need it to build your first silo. With 300 pieces of wood, this could be fixed. Yes, we will be aiming to get that fixed before the end of the week. So forage in this game includes the items that spawn on the beach. Things like the leek and the dandelion that we found already, and also seashells and coral that you can get on the beach. Oh, Gunther, I'm disappointed. Doesn't seem like you have anything to donate to the museum. Better get out there and do some treasure hunting, huh? I thought we would get the Gunther cutscene where he tells us about how the previous proprietor of the museum made off with the entire collection and asks us to help him create a new museum collection, but apparently we have somehow bypassed that cutscene. I'm a little disappointed about that. This is a book by Marnie. We haven't met Marnie yet. Animals are very sensitive. They like to be pet every day and prefer to eat grass outdoors rather than dry hay. They don't like being outside in the rain, though. Happy animals produce higher quality products. So, tips on farming. Use fertilizer to improve quality, reduce workload, or hasten crop growth. Fruit trees take a whole season to grow, but they require very little maintenance. Keep the area directly around your new sapling clear, or else it may not grow properly. Crops will die as soon as the season ends unless they grow in multiple seasons, example, corn. And some crops, such as kale and wheat, need to be harvested with a scythe. So the library has all kinds of game mechanic information for newcomers to the game. And you really can learn everything you need to know. Oh, I missed Clint. It's all right. Clint is going to be Oh, and here's another game mechanic. Clint has copper ore in his trash can. If you click on the trash cans around town, sometimes you get really interesting things. I have had some characters who just never do it as a matter of their personality. The only thing you need to be aware of, hey, and we got another dandelion. Only thing you need to be aware of is if you do it too close to a townsperson, that townsperson will be disgusted with you. Hi. Anything else to say? Oh, did you want something? Penny is shy. Hey, you're the new girl, huh? I think we're gonna get along great. I'm Alex. I'll see you around. All right, and I think I saw someone else heading that way. We've already met Leah, but we haven't met Sam yet. So Alex would be one of those marriage candidate single fellows who I just can't really see as a marriage candidate because they are so young. Hey, I'm Sam. Good to meet you. Right. I'm not going to check any of those trash cans because there are townspeople too close. This is where Leah lives, down here. And up here is where Marnie and... Oh, it's locked. Ah, I missed it. So close. I've been doing that a fair bit this morning. Oh, missed Clint. Missed Marnie. What a shame. So we're just going to wander around the forest here south of town. This area over here has green onions, spring onions, and unlike all the other forage in the game, the wild horseradish, the dandelions, the leeks, and we haven't found a daffodil yet, but daffodil is the fourth type of spring forage. Unlike all those other types of forage and unlike the shells, the green onions respawn every day. And so it's very worthwhile in the early game to have a check, if you've got time, of that green onion growing area just to see what you can get out of it. And they don't sell for very much. They're not great for making money. But remember that I said in the early game it's about time management and energy management. This is the wizard's tower. We can't visit the wizard yet because he is going to need to invite us to the tower before we'll be able to get in. So energy management in early game. The green onions can be a fantastic strategy for early game energy management. Each one of them is only worth a very small amount of gold if you sell them, but each one of them restores 13 energy if you eat them. And so I tend to use those to get a little bit more done in the day. If I'm trying to chop down another tree or water another row of garden and I am out of energy, eat a green onion until you have other foods to restore your energy. They're a really good bet. All right, I'm going to just clear out this grass and do a little more hoeing here while we are all right, and we're going to put our tulip bulbs down here and our 3 mixed seeds here. And then I'm going to hoe a place for those green beans. So we'll just put those along the top here. And it's important to plan where you put your bean starters so that they don't block your access, either visual or physical access to other crops. All right, let's just get the watering done and see how our energy is doing at that point. It's pretty low at the moment, down to 28 out of 270. And it's also getting dark. All right, I think we'd better eat a green onion just so that we don't collapse with exhaustion before we finish watering these last seeds. Now we'll just hope that we don't end up having a crow eat one of our crops before we level up enough to make a scarecrow. But let's go to bed for the night. It's 10:30. We had a very full and busy day, actually. Before we do that, I'm just going to take a quick peek at the introductions. We've met 14 out of 28 townspeople. I don't think that's bad at all for the first day. And we also managed to plant quite a few seeds and get them all watered and clear a little bit of our farm. So let's go to sleep for the night. Our progress has been saved, but we did not level up at all. And we're going to stop there. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you again during the next episode.